Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Tony's Topics. What's happening, folks? My name's Tony, and welcome to Tony's Topics. I'm back. Alrighty then, what do I want to talk about today? The NFL. It's the beginning of Wild Card Weekend, right? So let's talk about who's going to win and who's going to lose. Here are my picks for the NFL Wild Card Weekend. Honestly, I almost feel bold enough to just call like the entire thing all the way up to the Super Bowl. Gee, guess who I'm rooting on? Seahawks! But anyway, let's start it off one thing at a time, one step at a time. Okay, so we have Baltimore versus Pittsburgh. Honestly, I think you pretty much got to take Pittsburgh in this. I mean, Baltimore's a good team, but it seems like they've almost been on the peripheral this year, really. Not garnishing that much attention, but either way it goes, they made it this far. But I mean, with the way the Steelers got done handling the Bengals a couple of times, the Steelers look like serious business. They're a high-flying offense. I take the Steelers in this matchup. The Steelers are looking serious right now. Next up, Cincinnati Bengals versus the Colts. The Bengals are good against any team. Any average team, the Bengals will crush them. Any bad or average team, the Bengals will crush them. But the Bengals seem to have problems when they come into contact with a high-flying offense, a serious offense like the Colts are. So honestly, I'm going to have to take the Colts on that one. I think Andrew Luck and company get it done. Next up is Detroit versus Dallas. I so want to take Detroit in this matchup, right? I want to say, oh, Detroit's got that defense. But the facts are that whenever Detroit, a lot of it comes down to not just how many wins you have, but who did you play to get those wins. So whenever Detroit was really matched up against a powerhouse team, they seem to more or less crumble. And so, honestly, that's pretty much what I expect when they come up against hungry Dallas. Dallas is probably one of the only teams that I would even consider comparable to my Seahawks in the offense department, because Dallas can run the ball or they can throw the ball. They're not just limited to one, whereas a lot of the other contestants basically are specialists at throwing the ball, and maybe they drop the ball off for a run just to kind of distract. But by and large, they don't intend to win the game by running the ball. And the Cowboys can do that. So honestly, I think Detroit loses that one. Sorry, Detroit, but I think Dallas is going to take you there. And finally, last but not least, there's Arizona versus the Cardinals. This is like the wish game, right? Like, neither team is great, and both teams have these serious hard luck stories, right? Like Arizona. Arizona was going 9-1. I even got on the Arizona, boat, what I'm saying, like, all aboard. They were 9-1 at one point in the season. They were just destroying everybody. Then all of a sudden, Palmer gets hurt. So they send in backup Stanton. Then Stanton gets hurt. So now they're on their third-string quarterback trying to win the Super Bowl, or, just trying to get there, really. Honestly, with them going like 2-3 in the last few games, it's like, wow, if they were playing any other team in the AFC or the NFC, I'd probably say not them. Except that they're going against the Carolina Panthers, who are currently on a bit of a win streak, even though they did like garbage all year. Not to mention, Cam Newton's got this amazing story of how he just got done surviving death by being in this car accident. So honestly, it's almost like a wish game. Like, everybody can almost kind of feel, what would have happened if Palmer didn't get hurt? What would Arizona's record look like right now? Arizona still finished, 11-4? Something like that. 11-5, I think, with Palmer getting hurt. So you just kind of wonder, if Palmer didn't get hurt, what would Arizona look like? So I could see Arizona getting it, because they kind of got roughed up pretty bad. On the other hand, I could see Cam Newton and those guys getting it, because weren't the Panthers like amazing last year, but just fell off completely this year? So who knows on that game? I guess you gotta call it. Come on, Arizona, you just came too far. Then again, everybody likes a good story. Panthers versus Arizona, it's like a coin flip. Who's bad? Who's worse? Flip a coin. Flip a coin on that one. That's my time. That's my topic.